Let's be brutally honest. Menopause is not just hot flashes. For millions of women, it's a thief that creeps in silently and steals one of the most vital parts of your identity, your desire. It's an unspoken epidemic of disconnection, leaving women feeling like strangers in their own bodies and in their own beds. You are told this is your new normal. That is a lie. There are 3 specific, scientifically proven passion killers that are hijacking your body right now. In this video, we are not going to gently discuss them, we are going to expose them, and I will give you the exact blueprint to fight back. The clinical term is hypoactive sexual desire disorder, or HSSD, but let's call it what it feels like, a profound and isolating emptiness. It's the feeling of loving your partner deeply, yet feeling a complete disconnect between your heart and your body. It's the guilt, the frustration, the quiet mourning for a part of yourself that seems to have vanished without a trace. This experience is the #1 sexual complaint among postmenopausal women, affecting a staggering percentage of the population, yet it remains one of the most stigmatized and least addressed topics in medicine. The conventional wisdom, even among many doctors, is to point to a single culprit, the decline of estrogen. This is true, but it is a dangerously incomplete truth. Blaming only estrogen is like blaming a single leaky pipe for a house-wide flood. The hormonal shift of menopause is not a single event. It is a systemic cascade that disrupts the delicate interplay between our hormonal system, our neurological system, the brain, and our psychological state. These 3 systems are intricately linked. You cannot fix one without addressing the others. Trying to boost your libido with a single hormone cream without addressing the chronic stress that is flooding your brain with anti-desire chemicals is like trying to inflate a tire that still has a nail in it. It's a futile effort. This guide is designed to be your comprehensive operating manual for this new phase of life. We will dissect each of these 3 systems. We will identify the single most powerful passion killer lurking within each one. We will explore the science in a way that is clear and empowering. And most importantly, we will build a holistic, multi-layered strategy of actionable steps you can take, starting today, to reclaim your vitality. This is not about chasing the ghost of your 20-year-old self. This is about unlocking a new, mature, and deeply connected chapter of intimacy. Let's begin by pulling back the curtain on the complex world of your hormones. When we say hormones, the conversation almost always stops at estrogen. But the hormonal story of libido is a symphony with multiple players. And when the lead violinist, estrogen, leaves the stage, the entire orchestra is thrown into disarray. Estrogen's primary role in intimate health is maintaining the physical integrity of the vaginal and clitoral tissues. It ensures robust blood flow, elasticity, and natural lubrication. Think of it as the master gardener of your intimate areas. As estrogen levels plummet during menopause, this garden can begin to wither. The tissues become thinner, less elastic, and drier. This condition, vaginal atrophy, is not just a minor inconvenience. It can lead to significant discomfort, burning, and even pain during intercourse. Dyspareunia. Your brain is incredibly smart. It quickly learns to associate intimacy with pain, and it will shut down desire as a protective mechanism. It's a physiological no that no amount of willpower can overcome. This physical barrier must be addressed first and foremost. We will discuss solutions later, but they range from over-the-counter moisturizers and high-quality lubricants to localized estrogen therapy prescribed by a doctor. Testosterone, the engine of desire. Now for the forgotten hormone. Women produce testosterone in their ovaries and adrenal glands, and it is the primary biological driver of libido. It's the engine of your desire, responsible for spontaneous sexual thoughts, arousal, and motivation. Female testosterone levels peak in our 20s and decline steadily thereafter, with a significant drop during menopause. This decline leads to a direct quieting of that engine. The random sparks of desire you once felt may become less frequent or disappear altogether. It's crucial to understand this is a biological shift, not a personal failing. Supporting healthy testosterone levels is key.
This can be influenced by factors we'll discuss, such as strength training, managing stress, and ensuring adequate intake of nutrients like zinc. Progesterone, the calming counterpart. Progesterone is our natural calming agent, a soothing balm for the nervous system. It promotes deep sleep and reduces anxiety. As progesterone levels fall, many women experience a surge in anxiety, irritability, and, most critically, insomnia. As we will see in the next section, poor sleep and high anxiety are two of the most potent passion killers in existence. A nervous system that is constantly on high alert cannot simultaneously be in a state of rest and desire. The foundational solution? Supporting your endocrine system. Before considering hormone therapy, you must provide your body with the fundamental building blocks it needs. Your endocrine system cannot create hormones from nothing. It requires a nutrient-dense diet. This means prioritizing healthy fats, the literal precursors to steroid hormones like estrogen and testosterone. This includes avocados, nuts, especially walnuts and almonds, seeds like flax, chia, and pumpkin, and extra virgin olive oil. It means consuming enough high-quality protein, which provides the amino acids necessary for countless bodily functions. It also means supporting your liver, the organ responsible for processing and clearing old hormones, with cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts. This dietary foundation is non-negotiable.
Let's move to the second, and in my clinical experience, the most powerful and overlooked passion killer: the state of your brain and nervous system. If your hormones are the engine, your brain is the driver. If the driver is in a state of panic, the car is not going anywhere fun. The villain of this story is a state of being, not a single hormone: chronic stress. The hormone cortisol is the chemical messenger of stress. It puts your body into survival mode. Biologically, survival mode and desire mode are mutually exclusive. They are like oil and water. When your body is flooded with cortisol, it initiates a series of physiological responses designed to keep you alive in the face of a perceived threat. Your heart rate increases, blood is diverted to your muscles, and your brain becomes hypervigilant. All non-essential systems are shut down. Your libido is at the top of that non-essential list. The tragedy of modern life is that our brains can't differentiate between the stress of a lion attack and the stress of a negative comment on social media or a looming deadline. We are living in a state of chronic, low-grade cortisol elevation. This means our bodies are constantly receiving a subtle but persistent signal that now is not a safe time for intimacy. But the neurological impact goes deeper than just cortisol. It involves our brain's reward system, which is governed by the neurotransmitter dopamine. Dopamine is the chemical of motivation, pleasure, and wanting. It's what makes you seek out rewarding experiences. Chronic stress, monotony, and a lack of joy can deplete your dopamine system. This leads to a condition called anhedonia, the inability to feel pleasure. When your dopamine is low, nothing seems exciting or worthwhile, and that includes sex. You don't lack desire because there's something wrong with your partner. You lack it because your brain has temporarily lost its capacity to anticipate and enjoy pleasure of any kind. The solution: rewiring your nervous system for safety and pleasure. You cannot simply will yourself to have more desire. You must create the neurochemical conditions for it to arise naturally. This is about actively switching your nervous system from the sympathetic, fight or flight state to the parasympathetic, rest and digest, or as I like to call it, feed and breed. Number 1, mastering your breath. The most direct pathway to your parasympathetic nervous system is your vagus nerve, which is intimately connected to your diaphragm. Slow diaphragmatic breathing is not some spiritual practice. It's a biological command. By extending your exhalation to be longer than your inhalation, for example, inhale for 4 counts, exhale for 6 counts, you are manually telling your brain that you are safe.
Practicing this for just 5 to 10 minutes daily can fundamentally change your baseline stress levels. Number 2, the science of dopamine stacking. You must actively refill your dopamine tank. This involves a practice I call dopamine stacking. Intentionally schedule small, guaranteed moments of pleasure throughout your day, no matter how trivial they seem. This could be savoring your morning coffee without your phone for 5 minutes, listening to a favorite song from your youth, spending 10 minutes gardening, or laughing at a funny video. These are not indulgences. They are neurological necessities. They retrain your brain to seek and anticipate pleasure, which is the foundation of all desire. Number 3, sensate focus, non-sexual touch. Take the pressure off. The goal is not sex, the goal is connection. The practice of sensate focus involves setting aside time with your partner for touch without any goal of arousal or intercourse. It could be simply holding hands, giving a foot massage, or gently stroking each other's arms. This resensitizes your body to the pleasure of touch and removes the anxiety of performance, creating a safe space for desire to reawaken on its own terms.
We've addressed the body and the brain. Now we must address the heart. The third passion killer is the emotional and relational disconnect that often develops silently over years. It is a vicious cycle that is incredibly difficult to break without conscious effort. The cycle often begins with a physical issue. A woman experiences discomfort due to hormonal changes. She avoids intimacy. Her partner, often without the emotional vocabulary to understand what's happening, feels rejected. This rejection can manifest as frustration, withdrawal, or even subtle anger. The woman then feels pressured and guilty, which increases her anxiety and further kills her desire. The partner feels more rejected. The emotional chasm widens. Soon, the problem is no longer about a lack of lubrication. It's about a lack of communication, a lack of emotional safety, and years of unspoken resentment. The bedroom becomes a place of anxiety, not a place of connection. Overcoming this requires immense courage from both partners. It requires shifting the focus from "what's wrong with me" to "what can we do to reconnect?" It requires vulnerability and a willingness to redefine what intimacy means in this new chapter of life. The solution: a blueprint for reconnection. The state of the union conversation. You must schedule a calm, non-accusatory time to talk. Use a talking stick if you have to. Each partner gets to speak uninterrupted about how they are feeling, using I statements. I feel lonely. I feel pressured. I miss feeling close to you. The goal is not to solve the problem in one conversation, but simply to create a space where both partners feel heard and understood. Redefining the menu of intimacy. Society gives us a very narrow definition of intimacy. It's time to expand the menu. Intimacy can be a deep conversation over a glass of wine. It can be a shared hobby. It can be dancing in the kitchen. It can be a weekend trip away from the distractions of daily life. By actively investing in these non-sexual forms of intimacy, you refill the emotional bank account of the relationship, which makes physical intimacy feel like a natural overflow of that connection rather than a chore. Seek professional help. There is no shame in seeking help. A good couples therapist or sex therapist can provide a neutral, safe space and give you the tools to navigate these difficult conversations. It is a sign of strength, not weakness, to ask for a guide when you are lost in the woods.
As we have seen, the decline in libido after menopause is not a simple problem with a simple solution. It is a complex issue that sits at the intersection of our hormones, our brains, and our hearts. And therefore, the solution must be equally holistic. Let's assemble our final blueprint. First, you support your body. You address the physical changes by nourishing your endocrine system with a diet rich in healthy fats and protein. and you talk to your doctor about solutions for physical discomfort. Second, you calm your mind. You actively combat the passion-killing effects of chronic stress by making practices like deep breathing and mindfulness a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. You intentionally schedule moments of joy to replenish your brain's reward system. Third, you reconnect your heart. You have the courageous conversations with your partner. You take the pressure off and you redefine intimacy on your own terms. This is not a quick fix. This is a journey of self-compassion and rediscovery. It is about honoring the profound changes you are going through and learning to work with your body, not against it. It's about understanding that a fulfilling, intimate life after 50 may look and feel different than it did at 30, but it can be just as rich and often far more emotionally profound. This journey is a powerful one, and you deserve to have the best tools and support along the way. If you are ready to continue learning the science-backed strategies for a vibrant and empowered life after 50, please do me the honor of subscribing to Dr. Maskola. We are building a community here, and we would love for you to be a part of it. Click that subscribe button and let's thrive together.